Welcome back, guys, to the Occult Gaming channel with me, your host, Bellard Wright. And welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. If you guys are enjoying this series, thanks for joining me. If this is your first time watching the series, again, thanks for joining me. So right here, I went back to the very first room of the Traverse Town world, and basically just saved it. That's all I did. So let's go ahead and talk to them while we can here, since we didn't do it before. Yep, very true. And Donald ain't giving a fuck about nothing. Doesn't care. Alright, so again, we can go through here and we can basically farm if we want to. Very easy to get cards and movable points. And I didn't tell you what you got. I didn't tell you guys what those movable points were for. The movable points are basically to buy stuff from, specifically to buy cards from Moogles later. Moogles have shops, and to get to their shops, we're gonna have to find these special cards called, I think they're called Moogle Shop cards or something like that. Okay, so we're starting the episode with action. I did want to kind of read some profiles and stuff too, so I'm going to do that right off the bat. Hopefully this won't take too long, but I do want to get into the lore a little bit, because the best part about Kingdom Hearts is the characters. The plot not so much, but the characters themselves are pretty cool. So we got Sora here, a bright and spirited boy chosen by the Keyblade to battle the Heartless. It was Sora who defeated Ansem, ending his plans to shroud the world in darkness. However, Sora continues his journey, seeking the friends he lost during the struggle. So that's basically the story of the first Kingdom Hearts. Just the cliff notes anyway. Sora's a pretty cool character. And Donald here, not the Donald you're used to. This Donald here has a history particularly suited to this game. So we're going to read about it here. A court wizard at Disney Castle who set out with Goofy after the king's disappearance. And in this game, the king is Mickey Mouse. In this whole series, Mickey Mouse is the king of Disney Kingdom, specifically Disney Castle. And these guys are the left and right hand of the king, Donald and Goofy. Donald here being the court wizard. His short temper sometimes gets him into trouble, but he is very brave. Donald is currently seeking clues to what happened to the king after he's locked behind the door to darkness. So again, familiar stuff to those of you who play Kingdom Hearts 1. So I don't know if this sorcerer lore is like something actually from Disney, like if it's like a continuation of Fantasia or something. But in the Kingdom Hearts universe, Donald is a prolific wizard. And Goofy is the captain of the Disney Royal Knights. He set out with Donald after the king's disappearance. He is cheerful and calm, and no one is more loyal to the king than Goofy. Goofy and Sora are especially good friends. So that, yeah, Goofy and Sora are super close, probably because they're kind of similar, kind of, you know, simple-minded guys. Whereas Donald is short-tempered and irritable, so probably not as close. And the journal that we're reading here is provided by this character here, Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio. And that's right, it's me again. I'm keeping the journal of everyone's adventures. So Jiminy is a very important character in this whole adventure. He keeps track of everything, which very appreciated. He also acts as Pinocchio's conscience, so that the boy will know right from wrong. Riku here, who we haven't seen yet, is Sora's childhood friend. He was baited by the darkness and used by Maleficent and Ansem. Riku once fought against Sora. So I think Maleficent's recent popularity in the last, I would say, 8 years or so, can probably be attributed to Kingdom Hearts, because she was such a pivotal character in the first 2 games. In order to seal the door to darkness, Riku stayed with the king. On the other side, his whereabouts are unknown. Sora journeys in the hopes of finding Riku. Cool, and we got Kairi here. Again, we haven't seen her yet, but she's from the first game as well. Sora's childhood friend, Kairi's journey. One second. Sora's journey began with his search, as a search for Kairi, who disappeared when their island home was swallowed by darkness. Kairi was held captive by the Heartless, but thanks to Sora, she and the islands were saved. She waits there for Sora and Riku's return. The symbol here is our summon card. I guess that's short enough. Successor to his father as ruler of the Pride Lands, Sora only need call and symbol will appear and lend his strength. So I'm not gonna read the enemies, but I will read that. Okay, we don't have anything on the Final Fantasy characters yet, but I will read them as well once we get to it. So we're gonna do Feeble Darkness. And this is gonna be a lot of fights, actually. Not bad. Damn it. So you gotta be careful with that swing. You don't really have to fight everybody. I typically do anyway because, you know, I'm the RPG grinding guy. That's kind of my thing. But you can avoid them if you want to. You saw that long recovery animation. That's why you want to be careful when you're doing that. Not bad. Okay, kill everybody. Normally there are more enemies though. They sometimes seem endless. Okay, so we got. So this is where you're gonna have to kind of decide what's more important to you. To me, having weaker enemies is much more important than having less enemies. So I'm gonna save that card. Here we meet Aerith, a Final Fantasy VII character, for those of you who don't know, all 8 of you. And see, piggybacking off what I said last time, memories are so kind of all over the place. Again, it's not black and white when it comes to memories. You don't either have them or not have them. It's the mix. Some of your memories are gone and others are still there. So you might remember somebody's name and a little bit about them, but for the most part, you don't remember them. So it's real strange. And that's what she's saying here. She doesn't know whether to say nice to meet you or good to see you again. It's like she's in the middle ground or something like that. She's in a vague haze of memories. To her, it feels like a little of both. which is strange. That's a very interesting place to put a story. And that's the strength of this particular story is based in this concept here. And I like the writing around it too. It's very good. Normally I don't care about the Kingdom Hearts story, but this one's kind of getting to me. He has great memories of their swashbuckling adventures together, and those were some pretty good memories I remember from the first game. So it, you know, if you just coming off of the first game and you play this, it feels like, you know, you're feeling just as strongly as Sora is. Like, really, you guys can't remember what we just did? You know, all the stuff we did a lot to you know, to fight together. So it'll probably hit you just as hard as it's hitting Sora right now. He remembers that. He remembered the last thing he told him. That's crazy. It's a pretty good mystery. I like it. She doesn't have the memory, but she still remembers it. But how can you remember a memory that you don't have? Maybe Sora's big heart is doing the remembering for us. And this is kind of what I don't like about Kingdom Hearts, is the whole heart simplification of stuff, but it still works, so I can't really complain about it. To me, the heart feels a bit Deus Ex Machina-y, and it just simplifies things a bit too much, but your heart is full of memories of us together, and those memories must resonate in our hearts too. Maybe they tell us things we otherwise couldn't know. So Sora's memories are affecting theirs, which would make sense when you consider how this whole scenario started in the first place. His memories do seem to have a certain power. And if you're just for some reason starting at this episode in the playthrough, the whole way this started was that some mysterious guy in a black cloak somehow took Sora's memories. He didn't take them, but he kind of sampled them, is what he said. Sampled them and created a card with them. He gave this card to Sora, and Sora used this card to open the room he was in. This was the only way to open the room, was to use this card with his memories. So this whole scenario that we're in right now is based in Sora's memories. This whole world of Traverse Town, and that's pretty much, I think, what Sora's about to say. Yep, this town is just an illusion, something my memories created. That's exactly right. But maybe not quite. Maybe there's a little bit more to it. So it's almost like if the memories are resonating, would you say that they share memories? I wonder. Like, are they basically using Sora's memories to, you know, to be pawns in this scenario? I don't know. And they don't know that we're inside of Castle Oblivion. So this world is just a big room of Castle Oblivion. The whole world of Traverse Town that we're in now and we're traversing the various rooms of Traverse Town inside of a giant room inside of Castle Oblivion. So they don't know about Castle Oblivion. They're kind of like a pocket universe inside of a bigger universe sort of thing. So they don't know about the universe as a whole, they just know about their little corner of it. Which is what that pretty much explains Yuffie's response there. This memory thing is weird. And we got our final key, the key of truth. So the way it typically works out, you get your various keys. The final key, the key of truth, is going to be your boss room key, typically. Then at the end, you might get one more boss fight after that, like right after you finish that particular part of the map. Key of truth, a room where untold stories unfold. We got more characters. Oh, those are just heartless. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is just alter the deck a little bit. Do we have anything stronger? No. Never mind that. I'll just add him to it. And we'll be leveling up in this fight, right after this fight. Since they're enfeebled, this should be able to take care of them just fine. There we go. So this time we're gonna get that slight. And we did get an enemy card too, which is pretty good. Alright, and slights are just combos. They're just special attacks that you get for doing stock combos. And this one's called Sliding Slash. Slide towards distant target to attack close range. And to do this attack, you need three attack cards of the same type. And when they refer to attack cards, they are referring to keyblades. So I need 3 kingdom keys right now with a total value between 10 and 15 in order to get this attack off. So if I do 3 5s, that'll do it. If I do 3, I can't do anything less than 10 or anything more than 15. So it pretty much limits you being able to do this. Which I guess is cool. Theoretically, it would allow you to do different combos. We got too goofy, so we can check out his special combo attack. Oh yeah, we can check out Shadow. Shadow, this is actually my first time getting Shadow. There we go, Shadow. Increase the value of all cards by 1. That's really cool. Lasts for 2 reloads, so we're gonna definitely put that in the deck right now if we can. Oh, we probably don't got enough. So what I'll do, I will take out. Whoa, oh, I didn't want to do that. I went kind of crazy there. Put that back. And there we go. He requires 25, so. Huh. So if that's the case, we can actually add Maybe one more of these. I guess we can just put that back in there. And I guess one symbol. Yeah, that's fine. So we can check a look at the enemy card right quick. That's how you activate that. It doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, if you hit an enemy with their element, it does recover them. These magic-based enemies. Cool. So that shadow card just made every one of my cards 1 point stronger. Probably except for the 0 card. I imagine those will stay the same. Otherwise it defeats the purpose. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, and this is our final room. So this one, we can only use a green card. We can't use a red. See? And we can only use... I'll use that. Alright, so we'll get our first boss fight here. And we got a familiar face for Final Fantasy fans. But what do you know is Sora. And he also doesn't know him, but he knows his name. But he thinks he looks like a Sora. And that is Sid from Final Fantasy VII. Really cool character Sid is. Man, that definitely takes me back to the first Kingdom Hearts. Sora just wants to see the Heartless. Sora, ever the swashbuckler. Ever the swashbuckling adventurer. And this guy's gonna look familiar to many of you. The guard armor. Who wigs out and turns into another boss entirely. Oh, screw you. He pretty much made all my cards useless like right away. Ah, screw you, guy. Got another Donald? Nope, that's Goofy. And there, see how I did that to where oh man, these cards kind of suck. Use Donald, Ice, and Simba. I need to reload that. Ow. Ow. Oh man. These strong ass cards. And that missed. No. Didn't mean to do that. Really? Damn it. The longer you keep going, the longer it takes to reload. Almost got him though. Almost got him though. That's gonna be it. Oh yeah. Alright, and everybody's here. So your friend wasn't here. So he's specifically looking for Riku. Town inside of a castle. And they believe in Sora. But really, it's because Sora wants them to believe in him, because these are Sora's memories. So he's like basically marionetting them. It's kind of creepy when you think about it like that. It's like Sora has this hero complex now they're all like worshiping him or whatever. Like he wants Leon to believe in him, so he's like manipulating him, his memory to believe in him. It's kind of sick when you think of it like that, but that may not truly be the case. There may be some other stuff going on too. Like these memories might actually have autonomy. I'm not quite sure. I'm not the Kingdom Hearts lore person to ask about this. Yeah, Sid just came in at the last minute, so I wouldn't know what's going on either. It's like all this crazy stuff. That's cool. I wish they could join you. I've always wanted to have Final Fantasy party members in these games, but you get Donald and Goofy. Your memories created this town, right? Yeah, and she just flat out says it. If you created it, then the town and the people are just fragments of Sora. Yeah, that's the crazy thing, because to him they're as real as rain, pretty much. They're as real as anything. If they're not real, then what is real at this point to him? It's a situation that will make anybody kind of go insane, really, if they were put in this situation. But Sora's handling it pretty well so far. So she doesn't remember the things she should, but she senses things she shouldn't. And maybe that's what she was talking about earlier, where she mentioned basically that she remembers, she wants to say nice to meet you, but also she wants to say how have you been, or something like that. Like she feels a familiarity with people like Sora and Goofy, but she doesn't know them. She doesn't know if she should introduce herself to them. And that is going to be because of and they explained it earlier, because of their hearts resonating with Sora's heart. But right here, very ominous message: Sora, beware your memories. That's scary. That's scary. So that's kind of, it's like a double manipulation sort of thing. It's like Sora can manipulate these situations to create these memories, I guess, but also possibly his memories can manipulate him. So it's very, man, it's very kind of crazy and ominous. In the journey to come, you'll be faced with more illusions. Sometimes the shadows of your memory will deceive you, try to lead you astray. Something to think about. And she just dropped the bombshell on this little kid's head. He's just having an adventure looking for his friend, and she just dropped a major psychological bombshell on him. Like, I myself can't comprehend a lot of this stuff, and Sora's like what, like 11 or 12 at this point, and crazy. I'm just another illusion, Sora. The truth is out of my reach. That is crazy. It's crazy that she has enough awareness to even say all this stuff. And the fact that she might not have autonomy at all. This might just all be stuff inside of Sora's mind. This might be his own mind talking to him. Man, that is deep. That's deep. That's why I like the writing for this game. It's like tackling issues that are unique for video games, I would say. Don't say stuff like that. It's depressing. Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. No, Sora, you must let illusions distract you from what's truly important, which is finding his friend. So she's just giving him like a little pep talk. And it's pretty much what he needed to hear, because he took everything that happened here at face value. And I think that a lot of players would too. So this is like, you know, like a warning to, like, you know, think a little deeper about things. So she's really, you could think of her as talking directly to the player here. Like if you just thought you were playing like a straightforward adventure game, she's like, think again, player. Like, you need to really be careful about this shit. You need to really think deeper about it. And she just Batman's away. Well, Aerith, I better be going. Huh? She's not there. And of course, she's just talking to her and she's gone. Yep, and of course they didn't see her at all. They just think he's crazy. Aerith left with Leon and the others, remember? You were standing here by yourself. We wondered what was going on. And Dano got the concerned face again. Oh my goodness. This is really messed up. This is messed up stuff for like a kid's game. So this is what she meant. So these two are trying to make him seem crazy. They're trying to gaslight him, I guess. Alright, so I think I'm gonna check the time. If we're over 30, if we're like 40, I'm just gonna end it here. But that was really good. That was really good stuff. This reminds me of the fact that the Kingdom Hearts writers, they did have a point initially. They were trying to tell a particular story. So I've only heard stuff about the third game, enough to kind of gauge that it's a bit out there. It's a bit of a it kind of lost its point, like maybe the first half of it or something like that. But I'm gonna reserve judgment until I play it. But as a person who's never into the Kingdom Hearts stories, I'm gonna have to really pay attention once I get to playing the HD collection of these games. But the writing in this particular game, whoever wrote this, they were on point. I feel everything that's happening in the game. I personally feel it. Like it feels like it's speaking to me. I feel very sympathetic to Sora and for the situation, and it feels very unnerving too. Like I feel all of that. and the music is really good at conveying that too. But yeah, I really enjoyed this this start of Traverse Town. This was really good stuff. So appreciate you guys for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here. I hope you guys are enjoying this particular playthrough on this game. If you want to know about like where to find this game, you can easily buy it online. It's a GBA game, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. You can also get it'll be included in the HD collection. And if you already own it in some way, shape, or form, you can also emulate the GBA version of the game. But anyway, take care, guys. Till next time. Peace.